On May 23rd, 2024, I saw a post on Facebook that missionaries in Haiti had been attacked. Not a story you want to see, but here is what I read. This is from the Missions in Haiti, Inc., a Facebook page. It said, "Urgent prayer needed. Sam and I came to the States yesterday since the airport opened back up. This evening, when Dave, Natalie, and the children were coming out of youth at the church, they were ambushed by a group of 3 trucks full of guys. Davy was taken to the house, tied up and beaten. The gang then took our trucks and loaded everything up they wanted and left. Another gang came after to see what was going on and if they could help, so they say. No one understood what they were doing. Not sure what took place, but one was shot and killed, and now this gang went into full attack mode. Davy, Natalie, and Jude came in my house at the end of the property using the Starlink internet to call me. So they are holed up in there. The gang has shot out all the windows of the house and continue to shoot. Their lives are in danger. I have been trying all my contacts to get a police armored car there to evacuate them out to safety, but can't get anyone to do it. I am also trying to negotiate with the gang so how much money to stand down and let them leave and get to safety. Please pray. Going to be a long night. The phones have all died. I can't get a hold of anybody for the past several hours. Now to know what was going on." The next morning I woke up to learn that the couple, Davy and Natalie, with their friend and ministry helper Jude, had been killed. My mind ran to the story of Jim Elliot and his 4 friends who were trying to reach the Auca with the gospel. For their families, it took 4 days to confirm that they were missing and a week to learn that the 5 men had been killed. Davy and Natalie's families learned within hours of their deaths. Technology has changed, but as Genesis 6:5 says, "And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart are only evil continually." Everywhere, among any people who refuse to acknowledge God, evil will come. First world, third world. Every person needs Christ. It would be easy, as you read Davy, Natalie, and Jude's story, to think that their young lives were a waste. But that's not the case. If just one person were to come to faith in Christ, or one person or family goes to the mission field as a result of their story, it will be worth it all. Now let me tell you a little bit about the book. It is titled Strong to the End, The Simple Service and Sudden Sacrifice of the Martyrs in Haiti. It's written by Davy's parents, David and Alicia Lloyd, with Dean Merle. It is available in Kindle and paperback, with the paperback being about 160 pages long and has 15 chapters. It was published by Moody Publishers and came out on May 5th, 2026. Chapter 1 briefly summarizes the events of May 24th, 2024 in Haiti. And as the publishers say at the beginning of the book, this true story is both enlightening and inspiring. But it is a book you should pre-read before giving it to a child, teenager, or before reading it aloud with your family. Not because there's anything wrong with them learning about the martyrdom of believers, but so that you're prepared for what questions might arise. David Lloyd, Davy's father, had just left Haiti with his 17-year-old son, Sam. Starting in February 2024, the Port-au-Prince airport had been closed after gangs shot out various windows at the airport. So David was able to pick up 2 tickets out of Haiti back to the States. Davy and Natalie opted to remain in Haiti. David offered them the tickets to go home. The first full day home, David gets a call from Jude, the longtime director of operations and their friend, with news that a gang of men had just robbed Davy at gunpoint and were roughing him up. Imagine hearing that news. Between David and Davy was a distance of 1,900 miles and an ocean. His thoughts went to, how can I fix this? And from the Facebook post, he's trying to get someone there to help his son and daughter-in-law and the ministry, and trying to pay the ransom, pay money. He's like, hey, I'll give you money if you'll go away. So there's things he's trying on his end to do, but still, he is so far away. Chapter 7 gives a brief history of Haiti, whose written history dates back to December 5th, 1492, when none other but Christopher Columbus arrived at the island with the Santa Maria and Nina. Haiti's history has been fraught with turmoil from the Spanish landing to the French, Americans, the dictator Papa Doc, to the formation and basically overtaking of the government by the groups of gangs. Some of the headlines about Haiti read like this: Death toll in Haiti, gang attack rises to 115. UN, Haiti conflict has worsened as gangs ramp up fresh attacks. The Haitian knot, insecurity and a shaking government are still wrecking the country. The number of children recruited by the gangs in Haiti soars by 70%. A gang attack on a Haitian hospital reopening kills 2 reporters and a police officer. This was the country the Lloyds chose to call home, starting in 2000, when Davy was just 2 months old. So why did the Lloyds go to Haiti? Well, David and Alicia had dreamed about starting a children's ministry during their college days, and they followed through on that dream or desire. What many people probably don't know is that Davy and his sister were kidnapped during their time in Haiti. Abductions for ransom had surged when Davy was about 5 years old. Now, I'm not going to say more about this story because you should read the book. I don't want to give too much away. But imagine being a mother and seeing your child abducted. How would you handle that? Would you then go on to spend another 20 odd years in the country where this happened? For many, that would be very, very difficult. But when explaining their reasoning, Alicia said this: David and I had 2 answers. 1, yes, that particular night, the night the children were kidnapped, had been tough, but it all worked out. We got our kids back unharmed within 24 hours, and no ransom had been paid. 2nd, we're just not wired to be quitters. A scary situation doesn't mean we're going to bail out. We both have known from our college years that Haiti is where we're supposed to serve and give our lives. That calling has not changed. So I know this isn't giving a lot of detail about the book. That's what I struggle with when doing book reviews, which is why sometimes I don't do them, because I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to tell you so much that you don't go and read the book, so I don't want to do that. But I want to tell you a little bit about the end of the book. This is to give you an idea of Davy's mindset. So it's at the end of the book, chapter 15, and it says, a fair number of people today, whether young or old, seem okay with a life purpose of just hanging out or just having fun. They sound similar to the rich man in Jesus' parable, whose main life goal had evolved into take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. As long as the days and nights stay pleasant, they say they're all good. Davy had a different mindset. He was hardly into his 20s when he crafted this statement of purpose: I want to live life intentionally in light of eternity. By this he meant that everything he did, how he lived, what he said, how he spent time, how he spent money, should aim to affect someone's eternal future. Davy's quote reminds me of Jim Elliot's, who says, he is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose. Davy, Natalie, and their friend Jude, their lives were cut short. But the impact that they made on the Haitian people that they were able to interact with will have eternal results. So it's just as a challenge. How are you living today in light of eternity?